mask, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mask, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X Podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. We host. I'm Malcom, the artist formerly known as the Black Dot, in the building. What's good?
In the flesh, in the building, here to rock with you.
What's good?
You know what I mean? In the flesh. Let me see. Yep.
I'm here.
The flesh.
This isn't green screen. I'm here.
In the building, ready to go. We apologize about Monday's show. We just was beat, man.
We were tired.
We were tired more than you can possibly imagine. 4 days in the scorching sun.
Yeah, this sun is different, man. I don't know, man.
I mean, this was Kuta Kente like sun. This sun is
kind of different.
This
man.
is not the sun I grew up with.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
It's been hot like early in the summer. Like it started getting hot like
this sun was on this Kendrick Lamar. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show it.
Yeah.
And it was brutal to be out in the sun for that many days, that long. To meet the people, to greet the people. And so I was highly impressed with how many people came out to see us. And so I was very, very thankful for that. But it was so brutal. My hairline was over here. I went to see my man. So my joint, by the second day, it just kept going back, because you know how you wipe, and my hairline was moving and shit.
Funny, yeah.
Every time I put a towel on, I look at my hairline. By the end of day 1 or 2, my shit was back where it's at now.
When you gonna give it up, man?
I'm never giving up, bro. I'm never, ever giving up. I will get to George Jefferson. I will have my shit. And Eli's already like, yo, Dad, let it go, man. Let it go, Dad.
And you got the nerve to tell him to let it go with his long flowing mane.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just jealous.
That's what I think it is.
Maybe I'm just
That's what I think it
jealous.
is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, like I said, there was a lot of people who came out to see us. Sonetta came out. My man Shabazz came out.
Did Umar come back?
Dr. Umar was out there, and Malcom.
I was ready.
This is what I heard.
I was ready for it. I was like,
I heard Dr. Umar.
I was ready for it.
Dr. Umar's out here?
Nah.
Yeah, he started stuttering.
I was ready for it. I was just like, yo, bring him over here.
And so, no, he never came back our way, but I noticed all the stuttering.
Listen, I drove past,
you know what I'm saying, that Malcom was
school this morning.
You know what I mean? So now you acting. Now you acting like
I got questions.
No, now you acting like a fake op. You acting like those dudes
questions now.
in the video who I'm in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm shooting a video.
Oh, you put the accent on it because you're watching Super
Yeah, I was
Cell?
watching Super Cell. You ops. I'm in your neighborhood. What you do? I'm here, Dr. Umar. I'm here. And you know Dr. Umar touring the country somewhere. So you like a fake, you a fake out.
Where you at? I'm in your hood.
I'm in your hood, son. I'm in your hood. He gonna see the video.
Yeah.
He gonna see the video. You know what I mean? So yeah, Dr. Umar was out there.
I ain't seen
He was
him.
obviously on the other side.
He knew not to come the Urban X way. That's what it was.
I think that's what it was.
And he could, because we had a big sign.
Big sign said #1 father and son podcast. We was out there.
Shut.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, what's good with it? And so I want to play a video, like a tribute, a thank you tribute, and celebration of all the people who came out during that 4-day period with us. Some people were able to sit down, relax, chill with us. Some people just kept it moving. Some people purchased some stuff. Some people didn't. But it was an amazing journey for that. You know, and I will say this: what I have on was one of the #1 sellers out there.
Yeah, people like that. Yeah,
this was popping up. This
people
baseball
like that. And if you know the backstory behind this design,
you'd
be surprised.
Yeah, it was one of those things.
Yeah, so that's dope.
And so let's hit that video. We're having technical sort of things going on. So
Mama Dad said stop snitching.
Just be prepared, because I like to run a flawless show.
Strong enough to keep it, it didn't belong to you. So those are unique experiences. Pause tapes. We couldn't even afford 2 turntables, so we had to do the damn pause. I'm not gonna let nobody rob me of those unique experiences, because y'all want to have an argument over the most unifying music the world has ever seen. And with that being said, this is Black Dot. These are my chronicles. This is my story, and I'm sticking to it. Peace. You already know, King. You already know. The covers on the DVDs, all of that, just sign that up. If anybody tell you anything different, distribution, the information to other places, wholesale, all of that, sign that up. If anybody tell you anything different, they lying. And I met him when he asked me, I had this contract. Philly.
Yes, this is one of my favorite YouTube shows. So as soon as I saw the banner over here, I had to come and say hi and support.
You know what it is.
Yes.
Urban X TV, #1 father-son podcast.
Yes,
Get love from Philly.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back. We hope you enjoyed that look into what the weekend was like.
Yeah.
4-day week. Really, really amazing out there. And so too many names to mention. I remember Ebony, Brooklyn Ebony, Reginald, just people all over. Brooklyn Brown Girl, Reginald.
My cousin Theo was out there.
Cousin Theo came through, showed some love.
Yeah.
It was tons and tons of people.
Mm-hmm.
And so we thank you. The Urban X 90.
I was mad. I didn't get to meet. I didn't get to see them out there. Yeah. They came the next day.
Stephanie came out. Nubia came out, of course, with Janelle. Ken Taylor came out and rocked. Mm-hmm. He hit the stage. And so really, really great time. Really, really great time. So we thank you for your continued support.
Yes. I guess no roll call, right?
I don't know, Malcolm. What are we doing?
I'm just saying.
You don't come to work often.
I'm just saying.
Is there a roll call? Is there not a roll call?
Because people here to hear the news.
No, let's get it going.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
We'll do a roll call later in the show.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
All right. How does this thing work? Am I doing this right?
You're doing this right.
How does this thing work? All right.
You are doing this right.
All right. So let's get to some stuff. Okay. So, NBA Team USA has been gearing up. Apparently, this is one of the most touted USA teams in a while. They're talking about since the Dream Team of 1992.
Yes.
That is over 32 years. 30-something years since that team. And there was a couple notable names that were not on that roster. Okay?
Yes.
Kyrie Irving being one of them.
Yes.
And Jaylen Brown being another one. Jaylen Brown, who just won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and NBA championship.
Yes.
Off the season he just had when he also signed one of the biggest deals in NBA history.
Yes, come on with it.
Right?
Come on with it.
And he was not on that team, right? Then Kawhi Leonard in Kawhi Leonard fashion.
Yes.
Automatic. He vacates the team. He leaves the team due to health reasons, whatever the hell. So people just assumed that Jaylen Brown would be on that team, but no. They called his teammate.
Yes.
Instead of him, what's the one?
Derek White.
They called him to be on the team, and people are crying foul. He is also essentially crying foul without really saying what's going on. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people have mentioned, brought up his old tweets where he called out Nike for their calling out of ethics, and they're saying, when does Nike...
Yeah, well, the ethics was based on Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving, he was defending Kyrie,
because Nike came out and made some statements that basically they didn't think what Kyrie Irving did, which was just post a movie, was very ethical. And Jaylen Brown said, who are you, Nike, to talk about ethics?
Yeah.
And that was a shot to the chest because it's very true. But continue.
Yes, so people are trying to make the argument either we just watched somebody on ESPN say he doesn't fit the team. Jaylen Brown doesn't fit the team the way it's currently structured, and Derek White kind of fits it, better. However, he does see why Jaylen Brown would be upset, because on paper it makes no sense why he's not there.
Absolutely.
Eastern Conference Finals MVP, NBA champ. Why would he not be on the team? But everybody is trying to, they're trying to be politically correct and ignore the elephant in the room that he obviously angered Nike. Nike dresses the Team USA.
Yes, come on with it.
He obviously angered them. They dress him, so they're pulling a power move. And then to get his teammate was also another extra middle finger to him.
Yes, it was.
And we understand how political these corporate games work. The NBA is not just about talent; it's about corporation.
Yes,
right?
yes.
It's about marketability. And Stephen A. had said something about him not being marketable. So it's about all of these things put together. And we always make the mistake, black people, in every field that we're in, think it's about talent. And it's not.
Right, absolutely.
Right, that's why we were so for LeBron and Bronny with the nepotism, because we never really get to pull that move.
We never get to pull that move.
So it was cool to see that, but everything else is not about talent. It's not about, anything else. It's political. What do you think?
I agree with everything you just said, and I want to take it back a little further. When Jaylen Brown signed his historic contract, do you know who was sitting at the table with him? Juan Carlos, the one who did this. Put up the fist. You know what I'm saying? In where? The Olympics. You know what I mean? And so you see this thing almost come full circle. Jaylen Brown is anti-establishment, so to speak, while the rest of those guys are basically corporate guys. And corporations rule everything around me, cream, get the money. Nike is the biggest corporation in sports. They are a conglomerate in that sense. And that moves into political realms because when you have money, you have political power. And that's another thing black people have to understand. The political power is connected to the money. First you get the money, then you get the power. Once you get the power, you get the respect, right? And so when Jaylen Brown made those statements when no one else would stand up for Kyrie, let's keep it what it is. When he made those statements at Nike, Nike never forgot that. During the finals, he was wearing Nikes, but he covered up the logo of Nike because he didn't want to give them free advertisement because at the current moment, he's a free agent when it comes to sneakers. He is also Muslim, all right? He's a Muslim. You know what I mean? And so to put his teammate on the team and what's this guy? Grant Hill to come up there in a press conference and say, I have a job to do and that's, I got to think about the team and the best fit for the team is also a smack in Jaylen Brown's face because the Celtics just won as a team. Right? There was no one lopsided situation. They were moving as a team. Everyone knows when you play on the Olympic team, you may be a star of your city, but you have to acquiesce and play your position. And I think Jaylen Brown could have played his position. You trying to tell me Derek White is a better on-ball defender? I disagree. Look who Jaylen Brown had to lock down for them to win that title. Luka and Kyrie. All right? And so the situation became very political when you add in the fact that Jaylen Brown just came back from Mecca. He just made the Hajj to Mecca. You know what I mean? So they probably saying, because Nike don't like Muslims.
Allegedly.
Okay? And so who does nigga think he is? Malcolm X? You know what I'm saying? You win the title, you win the Bill Russell trophy as the MVP. Look at all Bill went through, you know what I'm saying, during his stay in Boston fighting injustice. So all of this is spiritual. You know what I mean? My problem with Jaylen Brown, who is my nephew because he won the title, and if he had lost, he would not have been my nephew. Because he's my nephew, stop feeding into this. You don't need to feed into this. The people are already fighting for you. Sometimes let them fight for you. And it's funny because today he's at the ESPY Awards. Right? And what did Stuart Scott say? He said, when you can't fight and you are too tired to fight, lay down and let other people fight for you. This was a situation in which he didn't have to say a word. The Twitter timeline was at his defense, even though Stephen A. Smith tried to claim victory. Because remember, a couple of weeks ago, his sources told him that Jaylen Brown is unmarketable, and Jaylen Brown responded with, quote your sources. And Stephen A. Smith said, I would never do that. The integrity of journalism, you never blah, 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 blah. To the point where when Jaylen Brown is on the boat or whatever it is at the parade, He's got the MVP and the Finals trophy, and he has a T-shirt on that says "State your quotes, state your sources."
Yeah.
So that was a little bit below him to do that, because it showed that Stephen A. Smith's
getting to you.
Comments was getting to you.
Yeah.
So then Stephen A. Smith takes today to say, "What did I tell you? Now do I have to quote my sources?" Because he was left off of the team, and this is about Nike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Showing that they have the power and they replaced him with a Nike player.
Yeah.
Derek White is a Nike player. Let's go back to the 1992 team when Michael Jordan covered up the Reebok situation because he didn't want to promote Reebok. So we understand the power that these sneaker companies have and tend to try to exert their power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we want to see where this thing goes, but Nike was, pulling a move to say, and LeBron and the rest of the players, they're just corporate guys. They're not trying to rock the boat. So I looked at Jaylen Brown's tweets when he said Nike, this is what we doing.
Yeah.
So he's clearly pointing out that this is a Nike thing. And then another encrypted tweet that said, I don't care how strong you are or what your resources are.
Yeah.
So I hope he's not trying to wedge war against Nike because, listen.
Because first off, right? 300 million is a lot of money.
It's not a lot of money.
No, I was going to say to us.
Right.
To Nike,
that's like a doo-doo pebble.
That is a marketing budget.
It's not even a full thought. It's poof. It's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's nothing to them.
So absolutely nothing. So,
and it's not 300 million that he got right now in his crib.
Bank.
You know what I mean?
It's big bank, take little bank.
Yeah.
So when you get up on your press conference and say, and you are, you getting an internship from NASA.
Yeah.
You've done interviews at Harvard, and so you're demonstrating power. Even in your realm.
Yeah.
But for you to say you're 300, you're going to start a Black Wall Street, those are all warnings that you don't outrightly say.
Yeah.
You allow your actions because it's going to take more than 300 million, which when you get your money, maybe 150 million, which is no money. It's money to us, but it's not money in the grand scheme. This is why you have to be careful fighting corporations. I thought Stephon Marbury learned that lesson.
Yes.
With his sneaker, which was a quality shoe.
Yeah.
And at the peak of who he was, what he was doing for parents in Coney Island and other places was unprecedented.
I used to watch people give like 6 pairs or like just walk out with
because
6
what that
pairs
meant for parents is we have a shining star. It was called Starberry, right? Lending his name to a brand and what it did for parents, but what it also did was show and prove that Nike is a name and the sneaker, because he cut the sneaker in half and showed you. And I think
allegedly
that he paid the ultimate price by being ousted from the NBA, right? And I think
allegedly
they killed his dad in the stands that night. That was just what I thought, to show him what's going on here. That's like you coming up with a water.
A car that runs on water.
A car that runs on water.
Yeah.
They will wipe your entire family out.
Or shoot up a supermarket.
Or shoot up everybody in the supermarket.
And make it look like something else.
And make it look like something else. These people are dangerous because this realm is really about making you pay. Making you pay to live, pay you to go to the hospital, pay to be born, pay to die.
Yeah.
You can't even die for free here.
Yeah, when you realize like what corporations are, like essentially, their job is to be 2 and 3 steps ahead of how they can obviously make more money. Like I was thinking recently, right? A lot of what we call corporate greed is just kind of like, like I would be okay with a certain, like with a number, I'd be okay with that. You get what I mean? Like I'd be okay with But no, corporations and those boards, they don't work like that. They don't think like that. They think of how much more can we make.
Right.
How can we continue to make more, right? So I say that to say when something comes up that can threaten whatever it is that we got going on, I don't care what it is, that needs to be shut down.
At all costs.
At all costs. So when we think, okay, so now we don't have to sell actual physical records anymore. We could just go past that and get streaming, and then we could, you know.
Yes.
Nah, we got to figure something out to where
absolutely
you cannot circumvent anything. So, going back to the original thing, so him shedding a bad light on Nike,
right?
That causes people to do their research. That causes people to go, yo, they were funding what?
Right.
Yo, they gave money to who? Like
absolutely.
Yo,
absolutely.
They were giving money to the cops during Kaepernick's protest. Yo,
yes.
They were doing that. Yo, how did they get their sneakers made? Yo, they were doing.
Yes. So it becomes a situation like that, and again, a powerful black man. But I need y'all to understand the concept. That is no longer a thing that it used to be because social media can easily shut that down. Corporations rule everything around me. So because he is a part of a corporation, and you know what I mean? And don't think because Nike and Reebok are enemies, let's say he go to Reebok, think it's going to be all good. This thing could really spiral out of hand. So we never want the ability of how much money you made to think that you are in a more powerful position than you are. And don't take that as some scared Negro shit, because I'm trying to tell you, these corporations, they do what they do.
Yo, so, because when we talk like this, there's people going, start your own. And this is what I always try to get people to understand. These companies, when we talk about BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, they are sitting at the top. So you're thinking like, okay, I'm gonna go on YouTube, spread my message, boom, boom. YouTube is owned by Alphabet.
Right.
Or it's owned by Google. Mm-hmm. Google is owned by Alphabet. Alphabet is a subsidiary of something else.
Yes.
So it's layers on top of layers on top of layers. So when we talk about capitalism and these corporations, they literally run everything. So if my corporation, if I'm BlackRock and somewhere down the line there is a basketball player threatening my, something 4 levels down the line, and then he tries to go somewhere else and I own that too, because we're only thinking like one step ahead or something like that.
Right, we only program the thing one step ahead.
Yeah.
And then remember, this is how they got a hold of revolution.
Yeah.
When they go back to when hip-hop artists actually had a voice. And they were using their voice to, educate, enlighten. And what did they do? They neutralized them by giving them corporate sponsorship. Right? So now you are signed to Pepsi.
Yeah.
So whatever rules that go along with Pepsi now go to you. They did that to all revolutionaries, especially the young ones. Don't fight with them. They just really want a good job. So pay them more money than you can ever imagine and neutralize. So don't always think neutralizing means kill. Or no, sometimes neutralizing means just that. Just absorb the blow when you're trying to fight the power, and then you become the power. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. And so all of these things, they tie into that.
Yeah, the real, I would say the real trick that has been played on everybody, not just black people, everybody, is the idea of independence.
Yes.
Right? You think these companies operate independently when they're owned by somebody else, and it just keeps going up the ladder. So, and then what they did prior to, I would say, like the last 10 years was insulate themselves, because I didn't hear about BlackRock 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I
didn't hear about Vanguard 10 years ago, State Street 10 years ago. And when you really realize now, they're all owned by each other too. You know what I'm saying? They all owned.
And that insulates them from ever being destroyed.
Yeah.
And then you can't really follow the money, because the money is going from the left pocket to the right pocket, ping-ponging back and forth. And so that's what that becomes.
Yeah.
And so Kyrie Irving, we know, should have been on that team as
Yes,
well.
absolutely.
Left off the team because of him posting a video.
Yeah.
Forget the fact that Jeff Bezos owned the company in which he posted the video, right? He posted a video. They did not like it. They decided to punish him. He was also left off the 75 greatest players of all time, and that's an atrocity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so now they can't reverse it. He got to wait until the 100th year.
Oh yeah.
And he'll still be around if all goes well. But he didn't get a chance to appreciate that with his comrades.
Yeah.
And now this Olympic team right here, they're comparing to the 92 team, so you can see why Jaylen Brown is saying, I deserve to be with my comrades. So when
But you're still in the moment.
Right, I'm still historically speaking, these are my comrades and contemporaries, and right now, I'm technically the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I won the finals and the finals MVP.
Yeah.
So the best player wearing gym shoes right now is me.
Yeah.
And I'm left off that team like Isaiah being left off the 92 team.
Like you stole that moment from him.
You stole that moment from him.
Yeah.
And so that's why I can understand. And that's no slight on Derek White, who can fit in, and or Drew Holiday. They picked 3 Celtics out of 4, and one of them ain't Jaylen Brown.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. But again, you need to understand the hierarchy of this thing. Corporations rule everything around me. And if you are not in alignment, right? The biggest corporate whore in there is LeBron James. We know that, right? Mm-hmm. He decided to play the corporate game, even though he does safe things.
Yeah.
He'll speak out, but those are things that they allow you to say now because they're safe woke stuff. Nothing real revolutionary. However, let me say this. The most revolutionary thing that he has ever done is raise 2 black men to be men with his wife.
His black ass wife
and his daughter. All right? Mm-hmm. That's the real revolutionary, because family is revolutionary. Mm-hmm. Keeping your family in order is revolutionary. So I give him some credit there. And that has nothing to do with corporate shit. That's my high school sweetheart. Yeah. I got my A1 from day ones around me, and I didn't let my boys become girls. No disrespect.
Yeah.
Right? So, I throw this out there because Dr. Umar would say, well, he's dating Snow Bunny. Yeah. I can't watch
he said,
Bronny's highlights.
I love you, Bronny, but
I love you, Bronny. Can't watch the highlights. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, right?
Yeah.
So just to wrap all that into,
But I challenge everybody. Once you see something in the media, I'm off the NBA stuff, but whatever you see in the media that bothers you, right? Whoever is saying something that bothers you, just think about who's paying them. That's it.
Yes.
That's really, really it. And not to harp back on the Kendrick and Drake thing, they both getting paid by the same group.
Same group.
The same team, the same Universal Music Group. They both getting paid by the same people. So when you think this person's fighting for us, and very well could have noble intentions. However, they're letting them have those intentions. That's the point.
Steve Coakley, is he on your shirt? Yeah, at the top. Intention plus capability equals the threat. So Kendrick Lamar's intention was to shed light on some injustice. Mm-hmm. What was his capabilities? We saw him galvanize a bunch of people. Is he threatening the system? No, because the system got paid for everything and all the energy he generated. So that's how they know, okay, we can allow him to move within that space.
Yeah.
See, again, think controlled opposition. Mm-hmm. Stop thinking everything is us against them. They finance both sides so that they do not lose. And they allow mental capacity to express itself within a certain frame to give you the illusion that you are moving forward.
Yeah.
And you are moving in place. I'm sorry to say that to you. You are moving in place. So when I say you're fighting the system, I'm not talking a literal system. You couldn't beat a potato chip company if they really came for you. You're fighting the system within self to raise yourself up to a greater understanding and your sovereign existence that exists above all of this. Yeah. That's what I want to say about that.
All right.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
On to more of the show. Joe Biden today, he had a press conference today.
Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. So he was at the NATO conference today, and instead of, he was supposed to be bringing up President Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. He said, somebody with courage, and all these adjectives. He said, President Putin.
Was that a Freudian slip?
I have no clue, but he said that. And then earlier, like an hour ago, he said he wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be his running mate if,
He sure did.
He said
I heard it.
President Trump. Guys, and it feels like to me that they're putting more on it now. Right?
They saucing it up now.
You're putting a lot more on the cognitive decline. Apparently, the Parkinson's expert was seen at the White House 8 times over the last 8 months. Mm-hmm. Apparently, they're paying, or they're threatening radio hosts to edit out their interviews because he is showing signs of their cognitive decline.
Yes.
But now you're seeing, we talked about this on the podcast earlier this week. You're seeing legacy Democrats come out against Biden, not telling him to step down.
Okay.
George Clooney hosted a fundraiser for Joe Biden a few months ago, and he came out and said that he's not the same person even from 2020. He needs to do something. He needs to step down. More people are saying he needs to step down. I think August 1, guys. I think by August 1, he's going to come down with an illness, mysterious illness, that he needs to just sit back with his family. And I don't know who's gonna thing, because in 6 weeks is the DNC.
Oh, in 6 weeks. Oh, they got
6 weeks.
So they got to have whoever they're gonna have.
Yeah, they got to be ready. And Trump didn't pick his running mate yet. I think because he's waiting out to see what they're about to do.
Absolutely.
In my opinion,
I agree. I also think it's all staged. Let's not abandon our common sense here. What would it say about us if we, the so-called strongest country in the world, are not controlling every single narrative? Mm-hmm. What would it literally say?
Yeah.
Shit, a third world country is ready to move on us if we are allowing this to happen and we're not in control. No, everything you see and hear, when all of them people all of a sudden get on code like that, that's what we call it, on code. Yeah. They get on code like that, they're putting it in your head through inception. Yeah. You know what I mean? And through predictive programming that something must happen and something must take place. On CNN, everybody's like, oh no,
they're embarrassing him.
This is bad.
Not Jimmy Kimmel. What's the other guy? The one who Questlove is on his show.
Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
He did a whole skit about Biden being old and talking to Obama. Whole skit. When the late night shows turn on you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like they've gotten word to go, okay, this is a go, because they would have never done that.
Ever.
They would have never done that if that was the narrative.
Ever. So don't get caught in thinking, you know what I'm saying? We are so weak of a country, America, who talk ish to everybody and blow up, that we don't have this lined up. This is a chess game. Yeah. And they're trying to play 3- and 4-dimensional chess on how they're gonna move. And Trump is also playing the same goddamn game. Yeah, they're all playing the same game.
It's a game of chicken right now.
It's a game of chicken.
Like Trump is waiting to see what they do. Because I think both candidates is done.
They're both done.
I think
they're both done.
Because I think if the Democrats and you know, this is all a show, but I think if they come out with a strong candidate, and the one that somebody that can make Trump look crazy,
Yes.
right? And you know, ignores all the shots and stuff, and can make him look completely incompetent and crazy, then the Republicans have to make a move.
Right. So who do they have laying in the cut, who's articulate, with a strong chin, patriotic, American, good old-fashioned values that can stand up to Trump and make him look crazy?
Yeah.
Whoever that person is, they cannot pivot to Michelle Obama.
Absolutely not.
You can't go
Absolutely not.
nigga lady, you know.
Absolutely not.
You know, that's not going to work. No disrespect. You can't go to a black woman, let me just be politically correct. You can't pivot from a sleepy white man to a black woman. That's like 2-3 steps back. And so you can't, that'll just, you know what? God damn it, I'm voting for Trump. I knew the Democrats didn't have, you know, you can't, because even...
there's women who don't like, who don't want Michelle Obama in.
Right, and then Kamala, is she safe?
No,
Is
she's not. She's unlikable.
She's totally unlikable.
She's just unlikable, and then you haven't. And somebody made this point. If she was competent enough, because they said Joe Biden picked her because she's not competent. If she was competent enough, they would have dumped him immediately.
Right.
If she was confident, people liked her, they would have been dumped Biden.
That's true. That is a fact. They would have just moved right on that and just gave her the momentum she needed to come out. So a woman president in this country is worse than a black man. I'm just telling you how they... And then a black woman?
Yeah, so...
Bruh. Anything connected near black? No. So we do know it's not going to be a black woman, right? It will be a strong, patriotic white man.
They might throw it on Gavin Newsom. But yo, do y'all see San Francisco?
San Francisco's in trouble.
Yo, bro, it's like a real life game of Grand Theft Auto out there.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. It's crazy. Shout out to our people out there who rock in San Francisco. But
yo,
my daughter said she was in a restaurant and you know, they she said motherfucker just took shit right outside the restaurant and just kept walking. Like, you know, shit you don't even see in New York City.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's a little crazy.
Yeah,
that's a little crazy.
So yeah, Sleepy Joe's back at it again, and we will see. August 1st. August 1st, I think. Right?
Yeah, August 1st. I like it.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Now, you were telling me about this story. This is fascinating. Kevin Hart is getting sued.
Yes. Kevin Hart is being sued by the person that he allegedly exposed, the comedian who was touring with him for setting him up for an extortion case.
Yeah, remember he got caught cheating on his wife?
He got caught cheating on his wife, and allegedly this comedian, I forget his name, is the one who allegedly had set up a secret camera in his room to attempt to extort him.
JT Jackson.
JT Jackson. But upon investigating, because he tried to make it seem like they were all traveling together, allegedly, they all had their own rooms, and he had a room with this girl, and somehow TJ Jackson?
Yeah, JT Jackson.
JT Jackson had got his key swipe and made another key, went in his room and set up the camera.
Yeah.
The judge allegedly looked at the footage of the sex tape and clearly saw Kevin Hart look over at the camera. Now, how would he know where the camera was?
Oh, man.
And so the judge said, no, I'm not buying that. Something ain't right here. And then they also found out that, what the hell is his name? KG Jackson?
JT Jackson.
JT Jackson never had the ability to create the key swap. So Kevin Hart, and all whom he wanted was an apology. Originally, Kevin Hart didn't give him the apology, so now he's suing Kevin Hart for $12 million and an apology.
Damn.
And so Kevin Hart has got some issues that he has to deal with.
He got some splaining to do.
He has some splaining
but you know what's
to
crazy?
do.
Because I thought it was odd how fast they had him. Like, you know, it was him. We know who did it.
Yes. Yes.
And apparently because he was like because Kevin Hart's crew was like the Plastic Cup Boys, he was like the hanger-on of the Plastic Cup Boys.
So he was the perfect person.
Yeah, he was collateral damage. Like,
he was collateral damage. It was you.
Yeah.
We're going to pin this on you. You out of here. And then that's not allegedly what's happening.
Oh.
Because if I'm doing this,
damn.
it's going to be, some issues.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we take a commercial break? Yes, we'll take a commercial break in now.
I think now.
Now. Yeah. We'll be right back with some stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, guess not? No? Okay, now.
Yeah.
Now.
Welcome to Turn a New Leaf, where we believe in the power of nature to heal and transform. In a world filled with synthetic solutions, we offer a different path. A path rooted in ancient wisdom. Just as every leaf in nature has the potential to change and grow, so too do we have that potential and power to transform our lives. Our mission is simple: empowering individuals to reclaim control of their health. Behind every product is our team that is dedicated and committed to harnessing the power of nature to provide you with safe, effective solutions. So whether you're looking to support your immune system, improve your digestion, lose weight, or simply enhance your overall well-being, we have something for you. So take the first step on your journey to optimal health. Visit our website today and start turning a new leaf with Turn a New Leaf. Nature's solution for a healthier, happier you. See you on the other side of health.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, sending infinite thanks to your higher selves, your legions of angels, your ancestors, your spirit animals, and divine source itself for allowing us to continuously connect in this time and space. I am so grateful to be a beautiful vessel to assist you on your journey and help facilitate healing. Be sure to visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, where you can view my blogs, exclusive videos, and schedule all of your services. I can also be reached at 786-828-8722. Be sure to also view my YouTube channel, where I have hundreds of videos for you on your spiritual journey. Thank you so much, wealthy family. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.
All right, and we're back.
And we're back.
So shouts out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you. Shouts out to everybody who's listening. Thank you for those super chats. We appreciate you.
Yes, we sure do.
I got some gas money to get home. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Side note, I want to make an announcement. We'll have Brother Rich from Black Magic 363 on the show.
Nice.
Monday.
Okay.
So he'll come on for those who are interested in the pay-per-view aspect of the Gathering of the Masters because the physical tickets are all sold out.
We're going to be there, right?
Oh, we're going to be in the building. I hope we still have some merch left because Mama Dot sold out of the Bling collection.
Nice.
These joints, as you can see, I'm switching outfits on you. These joints are almost sold out. Yeah. We still have a few. And so, but yeah, we will be in the building. Brother Rich will be on the show Monday, because that's how we do what it is that we do. So,
real quick, to all my gamers out there, NCAA football is coming out soon. I think next week's coming out.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my decision on what school I'm committing to. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To host my dynasty and stuff like that. I might be going to UConn. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And Skylar is playing wide receiver for UConn, and I had to tell him like if he drops a pass.
That's facts. That's my nephew.
His ass is going to the transfer portal.
To the portal.
Yo, speaking of college football, Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
What's his problem?
He's primetime 2.0.
What's it like?
He's saying things he shouldn't be saying.
He's doing a lot. You know what I mean?
Saying every team that faced them is going to be their Super Bowl. And I'm like, how many games did you win last year? 4?
Yeah.
And every team got y'all circled on the calendar like y'all going to be, stop it. You're not your dad.
Yeah.
You don't want to put a target on your back.
Yeah.
You do have a great opportunity to be the number 1 quarterback coming out of the draft. Just let your talking, your game do your talking.
That's what I think. Just me.
Yeah.
Also, side note, I think Travis Hunter should play one side of the ball this
I think
year.
he should also play one side of the ball.
I think he should play corner.
Because when you get to the NFL, you're not going to play 2 sides of the ball.
No, and I think he's more of and he doesn't look to me natural playing receiver. He doesn't have the body for it, in my opinion.
Right. But corner, he does.
Yeah.
Britt said, Malcolm, make sure you take the sound effects box machine with you when you go home. Put it in your bag now.
He's doing an alright job with it,
Put it in your bag.
So somebody said University of Miami was going to surprise a lot of people this year. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So the other day, Adam22 from the No Jumper podcast, right? He is like taking degeneracy and culture vulture to the next level. He interviewed Pop Smoke's alleged killer on his podcast. Now, from what I saw some clips from it. From what I saw, it didn't look like Adam was like, celebrating the dude, obviously. Mm-hmm. However, just to give him a platform is crazy to me. Now, to the guy, he looks like the guilt of what he did is really, really, really eating him up. He can barely talk because he looks like really, really medicated, drugged up. Mm-hmm. You could tell he's doing a lot to be seen because I think he wants somebody, as Hassan would say, to rock his snot box. He's looking like he wants to go out because he doesn't seem all the way there to me, in my opinion. I just thought him just getting an interview was crazy. Like, you never see that. I don't know.
No, I thought it was strange.
And I think it's going to embolden, my bad, I think it's going to embolden other killers who've done something wild to come out and kind of,
Yes, this was a young guy, the youngest of all of them. This is why he got out so early. And so as me and you were talking earlier about the influence older people have on young people who do a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not making an excuse for him, but I can see how, the youngest one, you gassed them up to do things that they regret. And without even looking at the interview, that's what it appears happened here.
Yeah.
So, but for Adam22 to harp on an opportunity to add salt to wounds, we don't need to know the introspective of a 15-year-old kid and what he was thinking as he was going up and murdering Pop Smoke in a robbery. I don't need to know. This is not like he killed goddamn Michael Jackson. And what was your thinking as you knew this was Michael Jackson and the thought behind what went into this? Is not that. This is a robbery that went bad. And this young kid, was he even the trigger puller?
No, I don't think so.
He wasn't even the trigger puller.
Yeah.
So what are we talking to him about? Did you know it was Pop Smoke? Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And remember, Pop Smoke he's not on Nipsey Hussle's level. He was making his move. He was ascending and building his legacy before he was unjustly taken out. And so I wouldn't, that's a bad move because I think it lines him up for those of Pop Smoke's clique to just on GP alone, distribute what would be retribution for them. And so Adam 22, this internet thing, guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are days I just want to get off completely.
Yeah.
Like there are days where I'm just like I'm just checked out.
It's no fun no more.
Yes.
It used to be fun.
Yes. Yeah.
And now it's losing its fun. It's losing its purpose. It's run its course, which tells me something else is coming next because the algorithms also understand what has happened here.
Bro, there was Black China's mom was talking about her daughter having sex with the game on the. I was like, what's going on? Like, what is happening?
Yes, peace, Lord knows.
Peace.
Yes.
And we're like, what is happening here?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
what is going on? Like, what are we doing, bro?
What
like,
are we doing? And this is what I tried to tell. Shout out my man Turtle Gang and Sonetta. They were questioning me about hip hop and all this old kind of stuff and the ongoing debate. But the main thing I wanted to tell them is, and like me and you spoke about, you don't know who's on the other end, so it's not an equal playing field as you think it is. You may be having great intellect, analytical, information you want to give up, and on the other end could be an agent provocateur, or a goofy, somebody or a knuckle dragger who their only thing they're doing is engaging in hyperbole with you for the exchange of actual energy. And you busting a blood vein down your head trying to make points that are pointless. Not that the argument is pointless, but who you're engaging with, right? This is the first time you don't know who is, you could be engaging with a bot.
And then now there's financial incentive to stir that pot, right? So on Twitter, like if I see an outrageous take, right, something that'll just trigger me, like what the hell, and then I'll see the check mark. I'm like, oh, they get paid for engagement. Like that's what clickbait is. Like that's what it is, right? And yeah, it's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
It's frustrating.
And so I'm trying to tell people.
Like I don't even know if this is your real opinion.
That's my point. I don't know anything about 99% of you. So I don't engage. And if I do engage on my YouTube channel, mostly it's just conversation. We rarely get into anything crazy, even in disagreement. You know what I mean? Well, you on the other hand, you be going off. I don't want to give that much energy to it. Return on my investment.
True that.
What's the return on this investment to prove a muteless point to you about some shit? What's the point?
You're right.
So you got to think ahead of your conversations now because it's just an exchange of energy. And I refuse to give it up.
You know what I realized? People don't like when they can't pin you.
Right.
When they can't like align you to like a certain belief.
Right.
It bothers a lot of people.
Right. Because they want to box you in.
Yeah. Like, so they get mad when we talk about certain things or we don't talk about certain things or we
have an opinion that's contrary to your belief system.
Yeah.
You know,
and then they go, so you must be this. And you go, nah, I don't
believe in that shit either.
I don't really,
You know.
And
so that's where it is. And the attention is the new form of currency. And this thing of wanting energy pointed my way, that digital energy counts. That shit feels good. When you post a picture of your bouncing ass. And I'm like, I like that. That shit, makes me want to follow you further. I get it. I get it. Right?
Do my own investigation.
Yeah, in your own neighborhood, nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
You were nothing and nobody, but online, you are sexy so-so, this and that. And so, yeah. And when you don't get likes, you like, is anybody out there watching? You know what I mean? That shit means something. You know? Yeah.
Yo, side note. So I'm watching, because I'm on episode 4 of Supercell. Really good.
Yes.
It's
I
on
finished
Netflix.
the whole series. I don't watch TV series.
Yeah.
I don't have the time.
Yeah.
So they don't invite me in my house to sit down and watch programs with them, because I'm a one and done kind of guy. I get 1 or 2 shows in. But this series on Supercell was very good. Dealing with, without giving it away.
Yeah, don't spoil it. I'm still watching.
Just sickle cell and its power when tapped into, and only a certain people, when stressed, which is who we are, we live a stressful life, can activate the super aspect of it. And so
and a quick side note, the writing really, really good. I'm a stickler for like bad writing on shows and movies. Like I can really, like if I know what the story is way down the line, it irks me. I was just telling you, I hate lazy narrative devices. Like I hate ghosts in shows. Like if they gotta figure something out and they see a ghost of something that, like I'll turn the show off. Like I promise you, I'll turn it off. But the writing here is really good. It's authentic. I can tell whoever like created the show is from the soil out in London.
Yes.
Who's like of the culture out there. They care about, like, it wasn't cheesy, like black TV shows need to be about this, and it still made its point. We were still able to be immersed in a fantasy land, and not like the super Negro, the magical Negroes.
Yes.
Right? Like, come on.
Yes, we didn't need all of that.
We didn't need that. You know what I mean? Like, come on. But
I'm not gonna spoil it, Death Rocker. You watch it. I watched all 6 episodes. And I am now.
You know what it feels like? I don't know if you ever watched, guys. If you in the chat, Sense8. It came out on Netflix at least 10 years ago.
Nah, I never watched that.
It was dope. But this feels like the black version of that.
Yes, I like the London talk.
You need to work on that.
Right? Coming my way.
You need to work on. You need to work on that.
We're gonna move on them. We're gonna move. Opps come this way. We're gonna move on them. We're not gonna take any blood. We're gonna, we're making some cash. I thought it was all good. All good. Yeah.
You need to work on that.
I gotta work on all my impressions.
Sure.
I leave them right there, right in the messed up zone.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, also going back to politics for a little bit, the SAVE Act. This was something that was instituted to prevent immigrants from voting in these upcoming elections.
So the SAVE Act is to prevent immigrants from voting.
So that actually got passed in the House of Representatives, but it got blocked in the Senate.
So the Senate might let them vote.
They're trying to let immigrants vote.
Well, credit Dr. Umar. He said that a few years back, that they were going to flood our streets with these immigrants and try to give them an opportunity to vote. Of course, and they would be voting Democrat.
Yeah.
And so this will be the first time in this country that people with no ID, who's to say anybody, you know?
Mind you, it's so crazy.
Peace, power to live. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You
know what's crazy? So when I think about the voter registration or the voter ID stuff, right? Like, it's racist or xenophobic to require IDs to vote, but you need ID to do anything else.
Anything else, you need an ID,
right? And then, but it's not messed up for me to require a damn jab ID.
Right.
To go into a restaurant. Remember that?
Yes.
And then going back to Biden, they talking about his health, medical history, because he might be cognitive declining. He is cognitive declining. It's clear.
Yeah, that's clear.
But they were talking about how that's an invasion of his privacy. But you wanted to know if I had the like.
Yeah.
That was just a few years ago. Just a couple years ago.
It's just now. 3 years ago. 3.5 years ago to be exact.
Crazy.
Yes, we live in a crazy world.
We live in a really, really crazy world. I'm tired of it. So, the SAVE Act, pay attention to it. Pay attention to it.
Quan said most immigrants vote Republicans anyway.
That's what I think. That's what
Hispanics.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Didn't know that.
Weirdly enough.
But guess who let them in the country? You got to return that favor, bro. Trump was trying to build the wall to keep you out. I let you in. Tell your hombres. Tell the essays and hombres.
That is true.
Pass the word. Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. So what's Billboard's top 10 hip hop albums?
Yes, Billboard. Excuse me. Just released.
Let's see this
top
list.
10 albums.
Let's see, man. I want to see this list.
Okay. I'll go from 10 to 1.
Okay.
Slick Rick. Adventures of Slick Rick. All right?
Okay.
Blueprint, Jay-Z, number 9. Blueprint.
Okay.
Number 8, Paid in Full.
Okay.
Thinking of a Master Plan.
Okay.
Number 7, Doggy Style. Snoop. Number 6, All Eyes on Me.
Okay.
Tupac. Number 5, Life After Death. Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
Number 4, Outkast. Aquamania. Aquamani. Yeah. Aquarius. Gemini. Yeah. Number 4, Lauryn Hill. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I never classify that as a hip hop album.
Me neither.
It's a neo soul album, but okay. Number 2 is The Chronic.
Cop out. Okay.
Number 2, The Chronic.
Okay.
And number 1, Illmatic by Nas. Now, I will say this. That may be the closest top 10 album where you can move any one of them 10 albums around.
Okay.
And it's some West Coast.
Yeah.
It's some East Coast. It's some Dirty South. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's always subjective. But this is the first list I looked at, and I looked at it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That I said, okay. You know what I mean? I could argue here and there, but not that much.
It's not a bad list. It's not. I take Lauryn Hill out.
I take Lauryn Hill out.
50's first album in.
Okay.
That album was special.
Yes.
That album was special.
Get Rich or Die Trying should be in that top 10.
I want to fight somebody every time I hear it.
Yes.
You know, then have a thug tear coming down my eye as I do it. You know what I mean? That album is special.
I would take that. I had no problem with Illmatic being number 1. It is I probably would have put one of Public Enemy's albums.
Somebody just
but
said that
that's
in the
just
chat.
me. I probably would put a Public Enemy album. It Takes a Nation to Hold Us Back or something in that top 10 because of its political content, what it stood for. I can even put Criminal Minded in there because without Criminal Minded, a lot of the gangster stuff you hear probably you wouldn't hear. He had an Uzi and he had Uzis on the cover of that album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so give or take here and there, but Paid in Full. I got some Rakim. I got some Slick Rick. I got some Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I got some Tupac. I got some Biggie. I got some Snoop. I got some Outkast.
Yeah.
I got Dre. Dude, I'm not going to argue that too much. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because The Chronic was crazy.
Yeah. Like that's,
Niggas for Life could have been on that list too. Let's just keep it a bang, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, monumental albums, I have no problem. No problem, you know.
I'm going to listen to some of these albums on the way back.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I listened to John Legend's first album on like
Fire.
Straight through.
Straight
Straight through. Oh my God.
You know who else album was fire straight through? Bilal.
Oh,
First Born Second.
Yeah, First Born Second. Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I listened to that recently. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, I had to return my my Meta my headset.
Your VR headset?
Yeah, I had to return the VR headset. I'm just not advanced enough to wear that shit around the house without falling. And my equilibrium was off. I was literally in another universe and reaching for shit. And I watched wife, she said, look at this stupid nigga. This, you wanted this? No, put it on. You wanted it, right? And I'm like, of course I want it because I'm going to be advanced. And I'm going to be doing podcasts inside of the metaverse and shit.
Write your book.
Write my book, because it's a screen, and I could just be around like this in the middle of nowhere and shit, in dialysis talking about, you know what I mean, watching movies and shit, big ass screen. I said, give my money back for that. And she said, oh, get your money back, huh? I said, yeah, tell him. And she told him, she said, look, my husband, I think he's gonna hurt himself. So they didn't want to give her no argument like this. Once she mentioned hurt himself, they said, okay, we'll take this back. So
that's funny. Good Kid, Mad City. That's a good album too.
Great album. Great album.
Somebody says better than The Chronic. I don't know.
I don't think it's better than The Chronic. Let's stop. It's birthed out of The Chronic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I don't think, see, here's the thing. Kendrick Lamar is the next generation of artists, you know what I mean? And his catalog is bonkers. I think everybody in there are OG veterans who you gotta say, give me mine. Yeah, like, because it's almost like the Olympic team. We can't put everybody on it. Doesn't mean you don't belong on the team. But we can't put everybody on the team.
Side note, did y'all hear that snippet at the front of the Not Like Us video? If Kendrick got that on his next album, did you hear like he had a snippet of a song?
No, I didn't.
An unreleased song. If he got that on that album, it's gonna be special.
Oh, I already believe
it's gonna be special because like that shit sound. Because his thing. The way I listen to music, I rarely like to sit and think. Like to go like, oh man.
You like to feel.
I like to feel.
Yes.
His last album, Mr. Moran, I didn't feel like it was great music. He doesn't put out bad music, but I just wasn't. It was taking you through channels of that. And you know the thing is,
thought-provoking stuff. Yeah.
So when 444 came out, that's where I just was in life. Like I was just ready to hear that kind. That's why I liked it so much. Yeah, and other people who are big Jay-Z fans, they hate that album. And
I love that album.
I love that album.
I love that album. I thought it was right on time.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, where he was in his life.
Right.
And I thought he was the most honest. Listen, I'm about honesty and learning about who you are in your music.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar never fails me in that area. The Miss Morale, you got to listen to it a couple of times because he really goes into the subconscious level of things he's going through. And sometimes I just want to hear.
I just want to dance,
I just want to dance, man. I just want to rock out, man.
Dance,
I don't want to. I want to put on some Mobb Deep and just kind of get through my day, man. You know, yes. So I do get it. Another slept-on album, Kanye's Vultures album.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It is phenomenal.
That is a good album, yes.
Sonically speaking. So yeah, you know, some of the things to think about.
Somebody said Chronic has 4 to 5 skips minimum. Y'all judging now? I don't. I judge albums off the B-sides personally. Like and that's what I know. Like this song wasn't even promoted, and then it was still hard. Like that's when I judge an album. That's why I said Get Rich or Die Trying. Like there's songs on there that are not singles, but he rapped like his life was depending on it.
Yeah. But production wise for the Chronic, and I think the Chronic was the album that really solidified, you know, what Death Row was about to do.
West Coast sound.
And West Coast sound.
Yeah.
And so, speaking
of music, speaking of music, remember that rapper BG from the Hot Boys? He has to get all his music approved by the U.S. government before he can release it.
Because of his criminal record? Mm-hmm. I think they all do. They may not have to officially get it approved, but you're not going to come out and talk revolutionary shit when you are a confident informant.
Okay.
Right. You have to be a confident informant to come out of jail and hang around niggas who smoke weed and carry guns.
Okay.
Am I lying? No, it's in you can't do that. That's a violation. But if we allow you to be around them, sure, we have to listen to kill, murder, death, ass shaking, whole bitch, Okay, that's an approved album.
Yeah.
If you came out talking about fight the power.
Yo, you know, people have discovered that Sexy Red's entire team is white. Doesn't that make more sense?
It does.
Doesn't that make more sense that the stuff she's doing and what their perception of black women is?
Yes.
She's like the lowest form of just low, and they just going, yeah, that's it.
We like that. And she is a goyim that you can find them in any neighborhoods who can make you a bunch of shekels. And that's the way they see it. Double down and triple down on, you know, the vile aspect of things. No artistry necessary in any of it. Of course the team is white.
Yeah.
And her suppressed feelings about whatever she's been through, they just exploit that. All she wants is a good place to live, a few adorations from a few rappers who are all paid for. All of them. Care what nobody say.
That's a fact. This is a side note. So Facebook, they are now banning the use of the word Zionist.
And you just said it.
And I just said it. And they are censoring content that is quote unquote attacking so-called Zionists.
Okay, but what about everybody else?
No, they don't get those privileges.
They don't get those privileges? Like they're not banning the word nigger?
No.
None of that kind of stuff?
No.
But you can't say Zionist?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that lets us know who the Zionists are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yo, son, the level of tech censorship that goes on is nuts. And Elon Musk acts like he is above it. He is not. Because and then what he's doing is funny because he's changing up entire features depending upon how people react to him.
Oh, wow.
So he did something and he liked something that was racist as hell. And people go, yo, you liked it because your likes are public. He said, nah, likes are not public no more.
Wow. So he can, behind the scenes, continue to operate like he is. Yeah, well, when you run your own, digital social media platform, you do what the hell you want to do.
Yo, and crazy enough, I heard a rumor because he has a lot of kids. He has like 10 kids or something like that.
Does he?
Yeah, and apparently, this is alleged. Oh, no.
Allegedly.
It's alleged. It's allegedly. Apparently, if he pressures you, like a woman, like if he had at one of his companies, he'll pressure you, like, yo, like, you want to have my kids? And they say no, he'll like destroy your career.
Yeah.
Apparently, he got like more secret kids out there. It's allegedly.
Okay. So you better be like, I'm damn right I want to have your kids.
What the hell did you do to these buttons?
Dude, what you hit?
The Scooby-Doo button.
All right, you hit. That's always been there, bro. That ain't been
I
changed.
thought it was that one.
No.
But yeah. Elon's a creepy man.
Creepy man.
Another commercial break?
It's probably a time. Before we go to commercial break, I bought Odyssey a purse from Iraq.
Okay.
And when she got it, she said, "Thanks for the bag, Dad."
I walked right into that. Like, I was like, you bought a purse from Iraq? Like, who'd you get it from? Like, I was like really...
Yeah. I was just making sure the Scooby-Doo worked, Yeah.
Let's go to commercial break.
Okay. Anywho.
We'll be right back.
Let's go to commercial break.
Jesus Christ. Get your questions ready. Terrible.
Yo, Artie, can I holler at you for a minute?
Oh, shit.
Pop's tripping. He want me to ask you for the money for that shirt. You know I wouldn't even trip.
What shirt?
The one I sold you. The one I've been asking you about. The one you got on.
Oh, this shirt. I didn't know you wanted the money, homie. I thought it was free. Let me go get the money for you.
I mean, because it's this blog. Me and my dad do Urban X and West. It's kind of like both ours. You know, I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. Cool. My Urban X shirt, punk.
So let me know if you've heard any of these before. Families can't work together. Family businesses just don't work. Never mix money and family together. All wrong, okay? And I should know. For the past 7 years, I've been working with the people that I love and trust the most. My family. We've been able to do some incredible things. Okay, we have over 60,000 YouTube subscribers, over 12 million views, over 1 million podcast downloads, 3 published books, mine included, okay, a 6-figure merch line and a 6-figure membership and so much more, okay? And we've been able to do that with family being the foundation. Now, what if I told you there's a proven 3-step system that I call the FAM method that not only makes family businesses work, but also thrive? So this is what I did, because I know there's a lot of people out there who would love to build a business with their family, the ones that they love and trust the most, but they just don't know how to start, or they have something, but they just don't know how to grow it, okay? So I created a free training where I go step by step in the 3-step system of the FAM method and to show you how to not only create something that works, but also is successful. All right, all you have to do is click the link below, give me your name and email, and we can get started, all right? Don't let the myths and misconceptions fool you into thinking that you cannot build something amazing with your family today, all right? Peace. And we're back.
And we are back.
Peace to the chat. Thank you for being here, for being live. Oh, shouts out. Somebody gave me some Cash App money. Appreciate it.
Let me see. I might have got a little.
Broderick, thank you.
I might have got a little bread.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
They figured that.
I got some gas money to go home.
They like that. You live here. No bread for you.
You know what I'm saying? Gas money, you go home. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So let's get to some more stuff.
Yeah.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Apparently, LeBron can own the Boston Celtics.
Well, what's going on with that is this. Another boss move could be in the making for LeBron. Mm-hmm. LeBron James, a few years back, joined a Boston investment group. They own the Red Sox. They own the Pittsburgh Penguins. They own a couple of teams. And the soccer team, LeBron invested in it, but he didn't want a cash return on it. He wanted, I think it was 3% stake into the company, which at one point was $6 million. It is now turned into $100 million. Okay. And now he flipped that for 1% of the major part of the company. Stay with me on this. And so they are now, the Celtics are up for sale. And this particular group wants to buy the Celtics and have LeBron James run the team.
Damn. Do you want that? Or do you want the new Las Vegas team, though?
Now, again, they said this could happen as soon as next season. He could be on the Lakers.
That'd be crazy.
And own the Celtics. Or, you know what I'm saying, have a ownership stake in the Celtics. He has reached billionaire status now. So obviously he's going to need some help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Aligning himself to get that done. But that would be crazy.
That would be crazy, yeah.
I did think he wanted the Vegas team as a brand new start. But watch this.
What if he flipped his ownership in the Celtics and said, I'll sell you guys my thing?
Well, he got to get the Celtics first.
No, let's say
that may require some time to build it. Or because people don't realize Mark Cuban sold his majority ownership in the Dallas Mavericks to the family who owns casinos.
Oh.
And see, they might be positioning themselves to go into Vegas. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. But we do know the next step for LeBron is because he hasn't broken any of their corporate rules.
Yeah, yep.
He's playing the corporate game to a max. And so he will be rewarded like they rewarded Michael Jordan, they rewarded Magic Johnson, Kobe would have been rewarded had he still been here, and LeBron will be rewarded because you are on code. You know what it is that we do here, and so that's something to be coming down the pipe.
You know, the NFL got sued for the NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yes.
So they have to. So they got a class action lawsuit, and I think over $6 billion in damages, and every team has to put up like $400 million as a result of like some antitrust laws that they broke.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes, and because now they want to situate it where I can, if all I want to do is follow the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
In my Sunday Ticket, I can just follow, as opposed to me having to buy all the teams, which kind of broke some kind of laws.
Yeah, antitrust laws.
Some antitrust laws,
Yeah.
and they have to pay this money back. But you know the NFL, they're going to get that money back.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get that bread.
They're going to get that bread back. The NBA, starting not next season, the season after next, will have a nationally televised game every single night as soon as football season is over.
Damn.
So when the Super Bowl happened, from that point all the way through on 3 networks, ESPN, NBC, which is going, and Amazon.
Amazon, tell y'all, watch them.
All right, so it is up. It is all the way up.
Damn, that's not too much.
Well, go get that money.
Sheesh.
Listen, I'm going to get that money.
Damn.
I'm going to get that money. And so LeBron is positioning himself to win. And then if he owns the team, guess who he gonna draft? Bryce.
Bryce, yeah.
What you gonna say then?
Yeah.
Right? Niggas is mad because his son ain't playing well. I don't give a shit.
Well, you know what's crazy? His son isn't. They showed his last stats for his last summer league game. Defensively, he looked good.
Right. Because he's gonna be one of those guys who try to impact the game on the defensive end. Yeah. But let's not forget, he was the 55th pick.
Yeah.
People act like he was the 3rd pick. He's the 55th. Them guys normally don't even make the team.
Yeah.
So stop stressing that LeBron pulled the nepotism and got his son in position to do that. I just hope this is what his son wants to do. Not fulfill a part of his father's legacy, to make his father do some things that Jordan couldn't do, because Jordan's son is dating his co-star who helped him get 6 championships.
Yeah, right.
That's foul.
That is.
Dwayne Wade's son might play for the WNBA. That's foul.
That is foul. Yeah.
Magic Johnson's son wears a size 17 female stiletto. That's foul. And everybody mad at LeBron? Come on, man.
Yeah.
What we trying to do here, man?
This is true.
What we trying to do here, man?
That's true. You're right.
Just keep it in the bean.
You ain't tell a lie. You did not tell a lie.
Just keep it in the bean, man. Just keep it in the bean.
You did not tell a lie.
Yeah.
So apparently the feds are investigating Diddy some more to see if they are able to actually charge him with some criminal.
Dude, the longer they take, the more I think Diddy has got them by the balls. The longer this shit take, Diddy probably going, oh, watch that. Yeah, that's the judge. That's Prince Charles. That's Obama getting Obama. And Michael, you see that thing swinging? Oh, she stacked like a horse. And so I'm starting to think he's got leverage that they just going, we thought we got the tapes. And he going, nah, you ain't got these tapes.
Yeah.
You can keep that copy, that's for you. You know what I mean? So now they probably going, look. We gotta charge you with something.
Yeah.
Okay? It's sort of like when they did with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
like,
he say, listen.
It's 12 o'clock good for you now. I'll be in some punani. They show up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And say, come on. They gotta charge him with something. And he probably going, look, because I'm hearing his mom's recently passed out. She needs to go to the hospital, maybe because of the stress that's coming down.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. I'm starting to think he got more leverage than they just want. And they can't just off him.
Yeah.
That will be crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
You know what I mean? So,
Yo, did you guys see the Gladiator 2 trailer?
With Denzel.
Yeah.
I did.
So, like, here's the thing. Love Denzel. He wasn't talking with not a near accent, not a...
Well, what's the Roman...
I don't know, but, like, all the time in them Gladiator movies, they talk with, like, a, you know...
What is the Roman...
Yeah, he talking like...
Apocalypse.
He talking like...
You are the
like
one who needs to... take the throne.
He talking like George Frank Lucas.
He was like this, like, yo, son. I mean, we're gonna run up in there.
Yeah. It was a picture of him holding his hands out.
It's like, yo, my nigga.
But somebody said, my gladiator.
Yeah, my gladiator.
My gladiator.
My nigga. Yeah. We're gonna run up in there. We're gonna do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Caesar ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's, maybe he getting old and he's confusing his roles. You know what I mean? That could happen.
I want to see it, though. It looks good.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Denzel's my guy.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Somebody said, oh, no, Denzel flop. I don't know. It might be good, you know.
Yeah.
It might be. Let's take some questions.
Let's do that.
Let's take some questions. Shouts out to Ice Cube in the Big Three. Apparently, they're getting a team in Houston.
Oh, clap that up, yeah.
Yeah. They're getting a team in Houston, so he's growing that brand.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. The competition looks good.
And I believe the owners are black too as well, so that's good.
Okay, that's always good.
No, they be playing hard in the Big Three games.
Yeah, the Big Three games be. Don't forget, these are dudes who just retired not too long ago.
Yeah, they look good.
They stay in shape, and they don't have to run the court. Everything is right there, and you got subs. Yeah, it's a good look.
It looks really good. Somebody said, I think he's playing the Carthaginian. Okay. Malcom got them game glasses. Oh yeah. I got some new glasses. Yes. Because I was suffering, bro. When
on the road like this.
I have my old glasses to wear on the road, but it was,
Because my night driving is bad.
Yeah.
Like if it ain't no car in front of me and them lines disappear, nigga, I could wind up in a tree. That's why I follow lights in front of me. I'm damn near liable to follow your ass home, motherfucker, just turning with you and shit.
Somebody asked, what's our take on the 2025 plan? Here's the thing. I think, and I've said this when it first came, I think it's a scare tactic because it seems so outrageous, so cartoonishly authoritarian that it couldn't happen.
And they blaming it on the Republicans.
They blaming it on the Republicans, right?
So that's the perfect time to bring this out.
Yeah.
To say, see, y'all don't want this to happen.
Now, somebody made a great point on Twitter. Somebody said, all the Democrats who are crying because of Project 2025, where were you when all of these cop cities started popping up around the country?
Yes.
Because that is a lot of what's being laid out in Project 2025. If you didn't have a problem with that, now all of a sudden you got a problem with this during the election season.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. No, that's all good
and
facts.
then somebody else said, we mentioned it on the podcast episode that we did, it works good for both sides. Mm-hmm. Right? It works good for Democrats who are scared or who can use it to scare people to donate to Democratic Party, and it works good for the extremist Republicans.
Yes.
Who go, bet, let's donate to the Republicans because we want this.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I think it's
and to give credit to it, it is a legitimate document. You know what I mean? But it's 900 and something pages, and who gonna read that? I'm not. I'll
and this
refer
too.
To the
this
experts.
too, because I had a little back and forth with somebody about this. This is essentially a extreme version of what both parties try to do. Meaning, you want your if you're a Democratic president, you want a Democratic majority in the House. You want a Democrat majority in the Supreme Court. Everybody tries to schedule stuff out so by the time this person dies, we're gonna have another Supreme Court seat. So we'll have a 3-4 majority, or we'll have a 5-2 majority in the Supreme Court. It happens. This is just a very extreme version of it, which is why I just feel like it's like cartoonish. Like it's no even subtlety. Government is about subtlety. That's why they create 600-page bills and
throw some shit in there
on page 200 because that's not you know what I'm saying. That's just my opinion now. Just my opinion.
I like it. No, I like the opinion.
All right,
I like the opinion.
Did you guys see Isaac Hayes III and 19 Keys going at it?
Yeah. Marcus, thank you. Some gas money, Malcom. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, well, just little subtle slaps at each other. You know.
Isaac Hayes had you know.
Isaac Hayes was like, yo, every company you down with is white owned.
Yeah.
And that was a shot.
Yeah.
And then, he just started breaking down, I own my company.
Yeah.
I own my father's rights to his music. He started going down all the shit he owned.
Yeah.
And then, Keys came back strong and told him he needs to read, Message to the Black Man and some other things. Then some people intervened and said black men shouldn't be arguing with each other. And I'm with that point, too.
Yeah.
Because that's my defense when Omar sees me and he's 6'4", and he wants smoke. Dude, that's not what black people do. Black people got to stop fighting each other,
Somebody, he posted up.
We got to stop fighting each other.
He posted up a response to somebody because somebody asked him where the school was, and he responded, "These nuts."
That's funny. That's funny. These nuts, nigga. You want to school out? They right up under my sack, nigga. But that's the point he's at now because it's like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So I have a peace program protocol that I talk shit on my show because I said something about Yaki Awakening. He's going to be at the Gathering of the Masters, and he's been working out. I've been checking. I've been working out too. I've been checking out his progress. Lifting weights and shit. And so when he shake my hand, he probably going to try to like, hey, Dot, and I'm trying to pull my hand away. No. I remember shit you said. I'm like, nigga, let my fucking hand go, nigga. I was joking. It was only jokes.
Yeah.
Brother, we can't do this, brother. Everybody crowd around. Let me give a dissertation. Brothers, we got to stop the violence, brothers, because it's not cool. The white man want to see this,
It's
man.
true. Lord Jamal's challenge, what do you think?
Lord Jamal has challenged Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Pete Rock, KRS, Crazy Legs, and all the heavy, I call this the Clash of the Titans. So all the Titans, he's called them out on a platform to discuss the origins of hip-hop culture and who participated and who didn't participate. And I'm gonna sit back, again, I told you this is above my hip-hop pay grade. I will sit back and, and watch what transpires. But I've also said, just this weekend, because Sonetta pressed me on that. I don't talk about that kind of shit. And I just said, look, Lord Jamal didn't tell one lie. He told the absolute truth. But from KRS One's perspective, I also said because he has the temple of hip hop, which has many denominations of different people, he has to take more of a political correct approach to, because you don't want to pull the legs out from under your congregation. It's like saying, going to the church for years, we've been teaching Jesus is real, and then you come in one day and say, Jesus, bullshit.
Yeah.
And so from KRS One's perspective, understanding, what this is, and so it's one of those things. But what my thing, and this is just me, the end result, see, I'm at a stage where I want to know once it's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's black music, now what?
Yeah.
Because we don't own it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't care how much y'all try to push that up under the rug. We haven't owned hip-hop since 1978, in my humble opinion, when it was free to go into the parks and enjoy it. The minute we started signing contracts of what we knew nothing about, the transfer of power, if there was any transfer of power, took place then. This is also what I'm gonna say, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. Never let anyone rob you of your authentic experiences when it comes to hip hop. And your authentic experiences, I'm talking about if you was making Paul's tapes, if you was doing graffiti, belt buckles with the name on it, gazelle glasses, mock necks, overlaps, AJs, riding around in $3 OJs, playing the music, pigeon coops on tenant roofs, all of those things that had nothing to do with money or fame. And the bonds that you made during those times, because the connection between the brothers and the Latinos during that era we only bonded over the music. Sure, our parents were still racist. You know what I mean? Some Puerto Rican parents and black parents. We only bonded over the music, and nobody knew where this thing was heading. So we didn't come into it saying, chill, you Spanish, chill, you Jamaican, you can't. We just bonded over the music. And if you have created unique experiences, you know what I'm saying? Don't allow reparationists, separationists, and anybody else to have you look at it from a different perspective, and now you arguing with the ones you had a bond with during that time. Now this thing is political.
Yeah.
So if you look at hip hop from 1977 through a 2024 lens with all of the separation going on now, obviously you at war. But if you cannot give me a unique experience, if you wasn't in Cedar Park, if you wasn't in the 9 projects, if you wasn't in Bronx River, if you didn't wasn't in the trenches in the 70s, in the Bronx in particular, then there's nothing you can really say. And that's where the argument is going left.
Because what I'm seeing is it's tapped into our like real tribalistic aspect of us. Obviously, humans are naturally us versus them, no matter what. Like you can put us anywhere, and it's always just kind of this group versus this group. So when you create like platforms around it, obviously people are just gonna take issue to what is going on. Right. So, and this is what I don't like too. This is like, and no offense, but I don't care. I don't care. If you're not from the Bronx, you don't understand the culture. Like you just don't get it. Like because somebody just said New Yorkers always giving Hispanics a pass. We just live next door to each other. That's just how it is. I don't judge people from LA for beefing with Mexicans. Our Mexicans here are this big. It would never be a thing. But I watch documentaries and interviews talking about y'all gangsters are scared of Mexicans out in the prison. I don't talk about that.
Absolutely.
We don't have beef with Mexicans here.
And so what I'm trying to explain to people is nowadays, if you look at it, I just got finished saying, if you're gonna look at it through the lens of today, then you could easily say, how can I give somebody a pass who live right next door to me, who I b-boy with, who I broke with? I know Puerto Ricans, let me tell you, and I'm just speaking for me, I know where the bodies is buried. To this day, if I called them, they on point. Now, I've also said it's black music, so we're not going to argue that point. It is black music, but I'm trying to give you perspective on the Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans who were participating before this became about the celebration of hip hop. They had no ulterior motive. We just came outside and did what we did. Where in other places, where everything, even in the South, with a little bit more, just a ton of black people, you would not understand the experience. Now, with that being said, today it's a lot different. We got an amalgamation of everything here, so the relationship is different. Most of you are not even old enough to understand what being in the park in 1975, 1976, and 1977 was. Right? And I'm gonna say this, and this is not a knock on Tariq Nasheed, because I don't know what his intentions were. I cannot go to LA and do a documentary on Bloods and Crips and not be of the soil. Now, I can have all my facts right. I can interview all the right people. But if I'm not second, third, fourth generation Blood or Crip to know what that experience is like, it's a little bit different. Right? So when he comes here and he ain't never been to a jam a day in his life in the park, he ain't did graffiti on that level, he ain't never b-boyed in the street and know what that is, and he's, interviewing individuals, sure, on the surface, because he didn't lie in the documentary, or at least from what I could tell, he interviewed the right people, and I said that from day one. However, there's another element to it when you are of the experience, where he would automatically know in the Bronx, if nowhere else, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, the Puerto Ricans, and foundational Black Americans had a different gumbo going than anywhere else in the world. So I don't know if the Bronx just became that place where we all landed and did what we did. And those who are 50 and over, they know what I'm talking about, right? And so if I've been b-boying with you since 77, and now a documentary comes out and we looking at each other sideways over something that ain't got nothing to do with us, that's the crazy part. So this is what I mean when I say don't let nobody take away your authentic experiences that belong to you, no matter where you from. If you gangbanging on the West Coast, you can't let nobody come in and who don't understand the culture of gangbanging. You know what I'm saying? And what it's really about, come in and me leave, and now I got Bloods and Crips and Mexicans fighting each other.
Yo, there's a guy in I think his name is Kev Mack. He is a former he's from the 60s, and he be interviewing everybody out there, right?
Right.
And if you go by movies, if you go by TV and stuff like that, you would think it was literally red versus blue. They talking like the old head Crips. I'm like, y'all beef for more Crips than Bloods. Like,
yes.
I was just like, I would not know that if it's somebody not from the soil to actually ask those right questions. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, because you have to be of that soil.
Right.
And your documentary could be linearly on point, and it still lacks and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. We don't own it. That's like me on one plantation, my plantation, and you on another one. We discover cotton. And we are manufacturing cotton clothes, and our plantation, man, we the biggest plantation, and y'all come along and y'all start making cotton too. And now I'm arguing with you because we created cotton first to make our slave masters the best on the planet. I'm arguing with you over semantics.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck who likes it. All right? That's my 20 cents on it. All right?
You got what you wanted today.
You got what you wanted today. That's what you wanted to hear. You
got what you wanted.
Got it today. All right? This is what it is. It is Black music from the onset. Other people got involved. That's what made hip hop so special. It cannot be defined. If we want to get technical, the most sampled break beat is not even James Brown. The shit is Bob James, okay, who's white. A lot of them break beats was from white band members, okay? All of them, Apache and all that shit was going on in the park. So it was a gumbo, and the environment, right? Because we're talking about art. The environment created a situation. And so this is why Puerto Ricans are saying, well, we wasn't there when the seed was planted, but we helped water it and do some other stuff. And so don't forget us. And that's not what the documentary is saying. It's just saying the origins of it. And so we get into this thing where we don't hear things.
We're not hearing
We're not
nothing.
hearing.
We just
So even the Latinos is off key because they're not hearing. We didn't say you didn't participate. We're saying it comes out of the soil of the original people. That's where the semantics. So now we're arguing semantics.
And you're arguing to respond. You're not listening. Nobody's listening.
Nobody is listening.
Yeah, nobody's listening. Because I'm hearing, I'm watching Puerto Ricans go, yo, you know we was there. Okay, yeah,
you was there.
All right, but you didn't start. But yeah, you did. Like you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
so I get both sides of the story.
Yeah.
But as somebody who grew up in the Bronx in the 70s, we never looked at any of that. We just was, if you was dope, you was dope. That was it. And that's all. Now, as we revisit it 50 years later, and we're trying to claim something, when we own it, let me know. And I'm not going to let y'all sweep that under the conversation. I know I'm not invited to the gathering of the Titans and all of that, and I have zero problems with that. We're fighting over something we own no aspect of. So we're fighting for brownie points just to say we did it and you didn't. Drop the mic. That's all I got to say about that.
Drop the mic on that. All right, guys.
And with that being said,
don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you still like us.
If you still like us.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and we will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah. We're going now. Oh, so it's too slow. Oh my gosh. All right. Peace.